Aita for making a joke in front of my boyfriend's daughter? I, 26M, have been with my boyfriend, 28M, since we were teenagers. We had a phase where we both agreed to an open relationship because my boyfriend is bi and he wanted to experiment a little. I did too, and after we finished we closed our relationship again. 2 years ago, a former FWB of my boyfriend contacted him. After we closed our relationship we moved to a different city and they broke off contact. Apparently, she was pregnant when they broke off their relationship, and suddenly my boyfriend had a 4-year-old daughter. I don't like kids. I don't mind watching them or being around them, but I don't want any myself, and neither did my boyfriend. His daughter, Eva, now 6, has been spending weekends and 1 week a month at our place for the first months. She's not too bad and I don't mind having her around. Eva's mom is doing a year abroad for her master degree, or something like that. I don't like her and generally try to avoid her. That means Eva will live with us full time until she gets back. My boyfriend asked me and I agreed to it because she isn't as annoying as I thought and can even be fun to be around. She's been with us for little over a month and it's been going pretty well. My boyfriend was worried he'd be a shitty father because he's not a responsible person, but Eva is doing fine. Today she was getting on my nerves though. She just started school this August and had some small homework to do for Monday. My boyfriend was helping her but she didn't want to do it. They were arguing and she ended up crying. I was trying to read and this was really annoying. I tried to cheer her up but she kept crying and saying she wanted her mom. My boyfriend tried to compromise that they could call her mom and then they'd do her homework, but she kept crying that she wanted her mom here. I got frustrated and said if she keeps acting like that, if she didn't stop crying we'd have to give her up for adoption so she'd get a new mom. It was obviously a joke but she just cried more. My boyfriend looked pissed and basically told me to piss off. I left the room, but after Eva apparently calmed down and finished her homework my boyfriend came to me. He was angry and demanded to know why I would say that. I told him it was a joke and that she hadn't even heard it, but he said it was an asshole thing to say to a child. I think he's a bit dramatic because she's a child, they don't remember anything anyway. Daughter says husband asked to touch her. What do I do? My daughter 9F told me 26F that my husband 25M asked to touch her, to see her private area, and asked, well, are you gonna help me? I am shaking. She says this happened this morning and waited until he was going to the store to say something. I don't know what to do. What steps do I take? Who do I talk to? For a little background, my husband has been in her life since she was 3. We're both retired from the military due to disability and at home practically 24/7. We just started the process for him to adopt her and terminate the biological father's rights due to issues from the past and him not being present now. At first she was all for it, but then when he started to parent her more, she changed her mind. I say that as in he teaches her how to keep her room clean, load dishes properly, etc. We pretty much would take turns showing her how to better do household chores since she's older. I'm always present except for when I take my dog for a short walk. Doggo is difficult, so as soon as she's finished, we go back home. This is the only incident she says happened, thank goodness, but I truly don't know what to do. We do have a daughter together under a year. I'm honestly shocked and I want to protect my girls. My boyfriend broke up with me over his girl best friend. I think I just ruined my best relationship yet and I want to fix it so bad. But everyone tells me to either own up or let it go. Even if it's harsh, please tell me and help me. I, 20F, have been seeing this guy Robin, 21, for 6 months now. He is the kindest and sweetest man I have ever met. He isn't overprotective, manipulative, or anything. He is constantly honest and expresses his issues in a healthy way. All my exes have either abused me or cheated on me, and he didn't even yell at me. Anytime he gets angry, he tells me he will be back in 30 minutes, sends me his location and just drives around until he calmed down again. I never want to raise my voice against any woman. He is a dream guy. He is funny and sweet. I had 3 boyfriends in which 2 of them cheated on me with their girl best friend. So when Robin told me he wants me to meet his girl best friend, I was scared. He knew of my past and promised me there isn't anything between them. She even helped him set up the dating profile we met through. When I met her, I felt superior to her somehow. All the girls were prettier than me. She was a bit overweight, a double chin, and she has the thickest eyebrows I have ever seen. But there was one thing she had got I didn't, which was a bigger chest. We didn't meet up with her alone, but their entire friend group. 5 guys, my boyfriend, me and his GBF. She was nice to me the entire time. Sitting next to me, helping me with inside jokes and even talking to me when Robin got busy. I started feeling bad about how I called her ugly in my head. We started meeting up regularly and again 3 days ago at Robin's flat. When I arrived an hour later after everyone else, I realized how close my boyfriend got to her in the middle of the night, and she had tears in her eyes with Messier hair. My entire body just filled with panic. They have been texting more and he doesn't want me to see their messages anymore. Now this? I freaked out and accused him on cheating me in front of his entire friend group. All his guy friends just stared in anger and resentment at me and tried to help GBF get out of the room. Her legs were shivering and her eyes were still red from crying. I called her every name in the book and insulted every part of her body. Robin told me to quit it and I told him I can't believe he chose Fatty over me. I know it was horrible. I regret it. Especially after finding out she had opened up to the group that she was sexually assaulted last week. I feel disgusting. My boyfriend kicked me out of his apartment that night and told me it's over. I have to go over to his house on Monday to pick up my things. I really do want to fix it, but I don't know how. Is there even a way to fix it? Our relationship was perfect before this and I don't want this one incident to destroy our relationship. Please help. Relevant comments. Keperu 1367. You can explain to him what happened and what you were thinking. It would actually be a good idea, so that it can be explained to GBF. But there is no saving your relationship. Be honest with yourself and ask if you would take back a guy who did the same thing to you and your friends. OOP. I did try it. I told him that I'm sorry and that I misread the room and everything. He said that if the first thing that comes to my mind when his GBF is crying that it had to do STH with cheating, is ridiculous and he doesn't want that stuff around him. I tried to talk to her but she said she doesn't want to see or hear about me again. It's all just a miscommunication I want to fix, but nobody wants to listen to me. I love him so much and don't want this to be the way JT ends. Prof Plum did it. What you want doesn't matter at this point. The fact he dumped you proves that he is every bit the great guy you've believed him to be, while your actions showed him that you aren't the mentally stable person he thought you were. At this point, being with you would cost him his entire friend group, because none of them will ever forgive you and wouldn't forgive him for staying with someone like you. It's also likely he's disgusted by even the thought of you right now after the harm you caused. Accept that he's done with you, because pushing will only make you look even more psycho and make him even more sure he doesn't want you in his life. OOP. I would block and cut off any friendship for this relationship. He always says it doesn't matter what friends think, so why should he dump me for his friends? He can always find better ones, but our relationship was perfect. I know he agrees with me and loves me still. Why is everyone telling me I'm the bad guy? I made a mistake, yes, but I am not an asshole psychic bitch. I have been through so much, of course I react in a bad way. OOP on if she tried making amends. OOP. I tried to apologize but they don't want to hear it. I barely know the GBF and she doesn't want me around her anymore. She claims I traumatized her and thought we were friends when we really were just acquaintances. I feel bad, but I can't fix my relationship with her, but I was close to my boyfriend and I don't want to let him go. Of course I want him back, he is my true love. OOP on the GBF past assault. OOP. I agree, what I told her was horrible and cruel, but she isn't some innocent person. I don't care how downvoted I am gonna get, I don't even think the essay was as bad she makes it. Every girl gets grabbed sometimes, but someone with her looks and body? Maybe a slight grab, that's it. She refuses to tell me how bad it is, so I don't even think it was that bad. In that moment I didn't care how nice she was to me, but that she is kissing my boyfriend. I was wrong and I tried to apologize, but she won't hear it. She even threatened to cut my boyfriend out of her life if I contact her through him. That's borderline abusive and controlling. OOP has a come to Jesus moment. OOP. I have read every single comment now. I think the reality and weight of my BS is finally hitting. I have never been so awful, and now I did the most horrendous shit ever in my life. I want to cry and vomit, but I won't. I will call my old therapist on Monday and ask for some sessions again. I thought I was ready to date again, but I wasn't. The thing I did to Josephine are horrible, and she is not ugly. She was one of the nicest people I know. Or knew. Thanks to everyone calling me out on my bullshit. I will maybe make an update after I packed my stuff on Monday. And no, I was a bad person in this whole ordeal. I don't know what made me snap back, but I think it was me maniacally calling my brother and him giving me the talk of reality with some Reddit comments helping. I will take a huge break from dating. At least 2 years. I need that. Update via Wayback Machine September 5th, 2022. Hello Hedge. I know many people don't want me to be here, but after getting like 40 DMs of people asking for an update or telling me to KMS, I thought I make it quick. So I am now living with my brother and his wife for a while. I share a flat with one of my cousins and she doesn't mind me not living there since I will still pay rent. I talked with a few Redditors in my DMs, and even though I said horrible things, they helped me a lot. When I was 3 and my brother 12, my mother died from an overdose. Till I was 14, my dad sexually abused me and said that it was because I'm pretty. My brother moved out when he was 18 since my dad was never emotionally present, so when I came to him telling him I'm scared about being pregnant, he took care of it. My dad is still in prison. My boyfriends in the past were like my dad, abusive and emotionally not present. So when I met Robin, I thought I was finally in heaven. I was and still am jealous of Josephine. She isn't the beauty standard but has a better job, family, more friends, and a better humor. She was also there for Robin's depression. When she reached her hand to me, I saw her as a challenge. Not as a friend. I wanted to show that I did achieve something and that my beauty wasn't useless. Joss was the one who made the friend group and introduced everyone to another when they were 6, she was the group mother, but she developed derealization last year and ever since then the group has been dodging their best to protect her. Someone said Joss was maybe a pick-me because she was the only girl in a guy group but deleted the comment real quick. She isn't. She is sweet and caring, leave her alone, she didn't do shit to you. I did. She wasn't the only girl, there was her and another one who sadly killed herself 3 years ago. She was also the one who shown me Reddit. She is mostly on the art side of Reddit, so I really hope she doesn't see this. My brother reached out to her for me. I know she has been looking into therapy but doesn't know where to start, so I sent her a message on how to get therapy here quick and for free. She read the message and replied with a thank you. She called later and I apologized and wished her well. She doesn't forgive me obviously and I don't blame her, but her wishing me a quick recovery made me tear up. If you wonder why I didn't tell her sooner about the therapy option, I never wanted anyone to know I had therapy because of a pregnancy scare because of my dad at 14. I sent my brother to pick up my things from Robin. I waited in the car so if he wanted to talk to me he could but wouldn't have to. He came at the end real quick. He gave me a hug and wished me well. I asked if we could stay in contact and he said no. Joss doesn't want me around and he respects it, so do I. We follow each other on IG still and I saw that they hung out afterwards. Joss looked happy and this was the first time I saw her face and felt happiness and not jealousy. I called my therapist and will start seeing him regularly again in 3 weeks. I am not a vile person but I let jealousy and anger get to me and that made me vile. I have a lot of issues I need to fix and I will work on them. I thought I had my BPD and PTSD in control, not at all, and I need to fix it. I won't become a POS again towards innocent people. I won't date anytime in the future, for at least 2 years. I'm going to get my life and personality in control. Thanks to everyone on Reddit for calling me out on my toxic BS and to the kind people who helped me. I didn't talk about my abuse in years and didn't realize how bad it truly was. My English isn't RHE best, so I hope I was clear with my words. There is a lot on my mind and it's not JN English. I will leave this account and log off of it. I will be okay, smiley face. Have a good week everyone.